Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today's reading will be a spiritual check-in. Essentially, this reading will cover what's going on with you spiritually, and also how you can continue to grow and elevate on your spiritual journey, as well as cultivate any gifts that, we see in this reading. I'm also trying something new. I made some spirit cards, and so we'll see what messages they bring for us at the end. I also cannot ring the bell, so this is going to be more of like an intuitive pick a pile type situation where you look at the cards and I guess make a choice based off of what the cards look like, what's calling to you. So I'm sorry, it's like 12 a.m. I just couldn't do that. But anyways, I'll see you in your pile, and thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. What's going on spiritually? Let's do a check-in. So, overall energy. We have KUAN Yin, kindness and nurturing. I didn't really meditate much on these cards or really thought deeply about them. I obviously have looked at the meanings and kind of interpreted it a little bit. But it's almost kind of mysterious and unknown. And I feel like that mysteriousness is a reflection of your spiritual journey at this current point in time. There's a lot of uncertainty, but it's not bad. It's uncertainty of just everything, because there's so many new things being revealed at you. Or sorry, revealed to you. At you. Revealed, yeah. There's so many things are being revealed to you at this current point in time, and it's also mysteriousness. What the hell am I saying? Hello? It's also mysteriousness. Let me get serious. Let me slow down while I'm speaking. It's also mysterious and kind of confusing, but that's just a part of this spiritual process. And I feel like you guys are finding love within yourself, within this process. You're finding love, you're finding transformation, especially with this lotus symbol, birth. You're shifting into a new person with a new perspective on life. And I also feel like you guys need to get into meditation. Because when you meditate, you connect with the deepest parts of yourself that are usually asleep. When you're doing your humanly functions, let's say. So I feel like your overall energy is just this mysteriousness. But it's also filled with it's a positive mysteriousness. A positive confusion. The confusion leads you to figure out who you are deep down inside and transform. I also feel like this journey is bringing you to come closer to who you are deep down in the core and self-love. So that's what's in your overall energy. Let's get straight into the reading, because obviously everyone wants to know what's seriously going on. We want to see the thick of it. I pulled out two sets. I pulled out 3 sets of 2. 2, 2, 2. Let's start with the first 2. So, in your spiritual journey, there's an expansion of the consciousness, an expansion of your perspective. You're discovering things that you've never seen before about yourself and about the world as a whole. And you could be fairly new to these spiritual practices that you are dwelling into, or you could even be an elder who's just discovering new things that they had not seen within their lifetime. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you're at in life. Spiritually speaking, you're discovering more of the world than you've ever seen it before. And I feel like this comes in the connection with the world beyond you, the planes that we cannot see. This like sensitivity energy is like a sensitivity to other spirits and beings, maybe a growing of psychic abilities. And it's also a sensitivity when it comes down to, I guess some of you guys are discovering that you're an empath. Or it's also kind of like, I feel like your emotions from the past. Sorry. Your emotions from the past. What am I trying to say? Like, I got lost in thought because like I heard someone's TV and there was an explosion on it. Like, maybe there's an explosion of emotions from the past that are leading you to your truth. And so therefore right now, like, you're in a period of just discovery. This discovery is helping you transform your perspective on life and even yourself. Like, you're discovering new things about yourself that have been like hidden. And it could be hidden out of fear. It could be hidden just honestly because, you know, you've lived many lives on this earth. There's just so many things to be discovered, and it's just a lot. You know, it's a lot. There's so much that is beyond us. And it's just crazy how some people like think that we're all alone on this earth. You know, it's just us humans and just nothing else. But for some of you, you might be getting out of that mindset, or for the rest, you know, you're just awakening to more of what is beyond us, because there's so much more beyond us. I'm also kind of thinking of like aliens, especially because I'm like looking at my Mystic Martian Oracle, like that's like sitting in front of me. So it could also just be like communication with aliens of some sort. Also maybe feeling alienated. Like this whole entire awakening process or like expansion spiritually speaking is making you feel a little bit alienated because people don't understand. And it's also just kind of like, I just kind of feel like you're someone who's very different, and it's in a good way, but you know, a lot of like, I don't want to be like edgy and be like the normies, but I'm just saying like a lot of like normal people don't really, or I guess like normal, a lot of like typical people don't really like get it, you know? They don't really get who you are deep down the core. They don't really get your gifts. They don't get what it is that you see. Just trust your intuition with this whole entire like awakening, with this whole entire development, because that's your most powerful tool. And be open to the messages that are coming in, because what the fuck sorry because they're coming in from so many divine sources, if you will. But yeah, there's just a big emphasis on like communicating with the other side and hearing things, seeing things from the other side, and from, you know, different spirits, grandparents in particular. For some of you guys, like a grandmother is trying to get your attention. So maybe answer that call, you know, make an altar for her. And some of you guys pray to a grandmother or someone who is like a grandmother, maybe a goddess of some sort. So that's for some of you guys. If you needed a confirmation on something that you were speaking about with this goddess or grandmother or feminine being, then it's a yes, and that's your confirmation. But I feel like that's for some of you. It also kind of reminds me of like, I know that right now I've been having like my own awakening process. I don't even I don't even know what it's to necessarily. That's like the mysteriousness of it. It's just kind of confusing, like what's going on with you guys. But I noticed that like during this whole entire process, like I've lacked sleep. I've had like really weird sleeps. It's mainly because like my dreams are just like intense and there's just a lot that's going on with that. But I noticed that like every single time I experience awakening, I have like just like terrible sleeps. And I remember like the first night that I had read like the Satanic Bible, I did not sleep once that night. I just don't know what was going on. Like I just could not go to sleep for the life of me. And then like yesterday night, I like woke up to like just a really loud chirp, like something that you would have heard from a smoke detector. And I swore to you, like, it wasn't in my room, so I thought it was outside my room. Because it was loud enough to be nearby, and I thought it seriously was, the smoke detector outside my door. And I kept listening and I never heard it again. Like, it's been hours, I never heard that chirp again. I don't even know if it was real or not. But my point is that, during the spiritual awakening, there's a lot of beings that are communicating with you. And, we'll find out what that chirp means later. I mean, I haven't really, I felt like that I was not supposed to look into it, so I asked somebody else. But I feel like, there'll be messages like that. There's a lot of sounds, there's a lot of things that the other side is awakening you to, and the universe as a whole. I feel like we need to expand the message. All right, nut, creation energy. So like I said, like rebirth, creation of, the new you, and then Nefertum, completeness. So yeah, this is just like, there's an ending of one past cycle, the ending of the old you, and the coming into the new you. It's also like finding out who you are, because look, it says understanding and awakening to who you truly are deep down inside. The person that you've hid for a long time. Like you're finally going to be understanding like the true you, the you that's outside of the personality that you made for others, for some. And I also just feel like the understanding comes in how you perceive this world that you're living in, and the understanding of your blood, all who came before you, and your purpose. Yes, there's so much creation. There's creation in darkness. Especially if this is a little bit of a difficult time for you, like there's a lot of emotions that are running. And so I need you to relax and trust what is happening. And I need you to breathe and allow the universe to take its course. And I need you to experience this awakening and not shy away from it. Allow your consciousness to continue to expand, even if like there's a lot of difficulties with that. Because there's creation and darkness, and we need the darkness for creation. But yes, there's like a completeness, a completing of the cycle. And after this awakening is complete, that always brings blessings. I do feel like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the universe will reward you. And these rewards can be found in so many ways. I feel like I cannot say them because you're not meant to know yet. But you have to continue trusting this awakening and listening to the messages that are coming in. Also, like, there's just an emphasis on crown. Okay, crowns, like everyone here pretty much has some type of headdress on. Almost everyone here. There's a lot of like emphasis on the crown. And that's because there's messages that are coming through, a lot of messages at this current point in time. So make sure that you're jotting it down and also meditating, doing crown meditations. It could be guided. You can also just be listening to, you know, I heard 432 hertz, which is the miracle frequency. The crown is like, I think 963. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. 963, 968. I do not remember. I don't remember the crown frequency. Like, it's been a minute, so whatever it is, you just search up crown chakra frequency. Some of you guys need to meditate to that because it can help you bring in a lot of profound thoughts. It's something about speeding a process up. I don't think it's in regards to the awakening, but something. It could be in regards to the awakening, but I feel like it's something else. Like, for some of you, there's something that's kind of moving slow. If you listen to that frequency, it would probably speed up the process. I don't know. I heard that. And then like the star energy. Shining bright and being who you are. I like heard the song Shine Bright Like a Diamond. I'm not gonna fucking sing it. Let me quit. No, I heard Diamonds. Diamonds, is that the song by Rihanna? Let me stop because I'm gonna sing it. Like, and I take it over the top. So let me just quit it. Let me quit it. I'm sorry. Let me stop because I really don't want to. Because it's just gonna get cringe. It's gonna get cringe. Yeah, I just feel like I'm sorry for any of you guys like I'm sorry that you had to hear that. Like that wasn't right. Anyways. No, but seriously, like I do feel like this is happening to help you, number one, feel completeness within yourself, but also not be afraid to show yourself to others, to the world. Okay? Let's just get into the next set. Because I feel like we're yapping a little bit too much, okay? Intuition. Feeling safe. Queen Nandi and Tituba. It's a little scary going on these type of journeys because there's always like that aloneness, especially when people really don't get it, when people really don't get what's going on, and you can't really explain to people like the awakening because it is just your own journey. But there's kind of like a sense where it's like you may feel alone on earth, but there's just such an amazing, powerful team backing you. Sorry, like, I don't know if you guys can hear me, like my, it's like 12, and like, I'm just starting to get like real burpy and like weird. It's like, chill. God, what was I saying? There's just a massive spiritual team that's behind you, but there was like something else I was about to say. It's also realizing and understanding the God energy that's within you. I like to say that we're all God because we can create the reality that is around us. And I feel like you need to recognize that within yourself. The immense power that's within, that either you suppress subconsciously or willingly. And never give up your power to anyone. And then there's also like an emphasis on hair. Understanding the power within your hair. I feel like I've had this topic before on one of like my readings. But hair is very powerful. It conducts a lot of energy. It can keep a lot of energy. Your hair is very important. Just be careful where you leave it, is what I heard. Like, especially if like you have like straggles of hair. Like, for me, sometimes like because my hair is very curly. Sometimes, especially when it's dry, if I accidentally like comb through my hair, like a straggle will fall out, like a little curl. You sometimes want to be careful where like you leave your hair. That's just what I was hearing, but I'm not really quite sure I'm not quite sure what this spirit or energy is trying to say on that. Maybe it's kind of like something about attachment. Leaving your hair in places of like energy that is like dank. Like, I don't know if that like makes sense. Just like be careful about that. So, but there's just like a very strong energy on playing it safe as well. Because like I said, like there's just like a lot of people don't understand what's going on. But you have to follow your intuition, you have to follow your heart. And you have to continue down this journey, whether people understand you or misunderstand you. I feel like at this point, like there's a crossroads because you've learned so much and there's so much more to be learned. And for some of you, that's just a new system or way of being that seems very daunting, but is calling to you. Maybe like a set of beliefs. I know that like when I was starting out on the left-hand path, which to be honest with you, I still feel like I'm pretty much starting out. But like when I was really beginning, there was like this just kind of like internal call that kept like begging me to go down the path. But what stopped me was like, you know, playing it safe. It was the fear, because I didn't want like the people around me to be hurt, especially since like the people I live with have like a very intense set of like spiritual ways and teachings. I didn't want them to be hurt, and I felt scared. I just like felt scared. I felt in denial about everything that was going on around me, but you can't play it safe. Like you have to accept. You have to accept what is within. You have to accept what is calling to you. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense, but you can't run away from what you want deep down inside. Spiritually speaking. Trust your intuition and don't suppress it. Okay, tarot. Yeah, you just feel as though like, I feel like there's just like a conflict with it. And it could be about like other people, not like I said, like a lot of people don't really understand the depth of your spiritual awakening. Especially with like the Four of Swords energy. You know, in the past, people have made you feel nervous or like afraid to go down this path that's calling to you. And that's what prevents you from going forward, but you can't listen to these thoughts anymore. You have to push them aside and, you know, listen to what is really calling within you deep down inside, especially with this like Two of Swords type of God, let me slow down. Especially with this like Two of Swords, you have to choose the path that is yours, not the path that is everyone else's, because you're feeling conflicted from other people's thoughts. You know that deep down inside you want it to be one way, yet you keep going down the path that other people want for you. Because it's scary to sometimes be, you know, autonomous. It's scary to choose your own path because you're alone in the uncertainty surrounding it. But you have to trust in the universe, you have to trust in yourself. And there's going to be a lot of great growth. There's going to be a lot of great transformation after this. Also, don't waste your time explaining yourself to people who don't get it. That's one thing that I heard. Like, Some of you guys feel the need to always explain yourself to people. Don't. Because it's a waste of energy. You know? Been there, done that. It's just not worth it. Okay? This is how you can better develop on your spiritual journey. You can better develop by taking the initiative to do what it is that you want to do, and using the past as a tool to push you and propel you forward towards what it is that you're desiring. And like I said, this could be like a teaching, or I guess like a belief system. It could just be a way of practicing magic, and honestly it could be anything. It's seriously like limitless. And I feel like for a lot of you guys it is the left-hand path. Because if you are watching this channel, then 9 times out of 10 you're probably treading down that path. And I feel like a lot of us get discouraged to go down this path because of the outside judgment. And it's because there's just a very strong misunderstanding with this path. A lot of people don't really understand what it truly means. And the people that you're around, the people that you deal with on your day-to-day life, might not understand that. And that can make you feel isolated. But you'll be so much happier when you just finally conform to what it is that you want, in your soul. In your soul. I'm sorry, like I'll have like those stutters. Like I really try to like slow down. But like it just like I all right, let's start finishing up. Let's start finishing off this reading. I'm talking a little bit too much. I'm yapping too much. All right. Continuing how we can, continue to grow and develop on the spiritual journey. And I feel like there was another card. Okay, the spirit cards. Like there was another card that it fell. Let me go see if I can find it. Because like, what the hell? What the hell? Okay, I found the card. So yeah, this is an initiation moment. Like the universe is testing you. The universe meaning like honestly yourself. I feel like people like misunderstand the universe. Like the universe is literally you. Like everything that is happening is coming from within. So there's an initiation. It's a spiritual initiation. You're being initiated into who you are actually meant to be, who you actually are. And then this cleanup energy can be a cleanup of past energies, a removal of certain teachings, traditions that don't belong to you, and like removing what does not resonate. But it could also be like a sign that you need to remove items of the past from your space. And there are many options and possibilities around you, and there's many options spiritually. The left-hand path it's intuitive. It is however it's meant to be for you. And please stop hiding from whatever it is, whatever teachings, I don't even know like what to say for it. Whatever is spiritually calling to you, please stop hiding from it, because you're just going to make things more difficult for yourself. And you're going to feel more ashamed. Your shadow's calling to you to help you grow. You need to face that calling. You feel that this calling, like this path, is not meant for you. It's scary. But it is. And you can't be scared. So yeah, trust what's going on. Trust in your shadow, because your shadow is helping you heal. Do shadow work if you feel, because it will also reveal all the things that are going on within that you have yet to see at this current point in time. So I feel that's literally it for the message. Like I've been yapping for like 30 minutes now. I'm sorry for any of the stuttering. I almost can't help it. Maybe I should start affirming that I'm not stuttering. And like maybe that would seriously help with the quality of the readings. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe. And if you really enjoyed this reading, leave me a tip or you can donate me a deck. And I will be glad to use it on this channel. Anyways, I'll see you very soon. I love you and take care. Good luck. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, what is going on spiritually? Overall energy is dryads. So, there's a lot of nature energy, tree energy, a connection to trees, getting outside, breathing in new life. I feel like for some of you guys, it's like breathing new life into projects, endeavors, feeling inspired. I feel like there's a lot of inspirational energy that can be found, a lot of growth energy that can be found in the outside world. Taking a break from social media, disconnecting from the world that is not yours, and being conscious of your energy. Only allowing certain people in your energy field and space. Denying access to people who, constantly seem to, create drama or issues. And just allowing nature in. Allowing plants in your living space. Communicating with fairies, elementals, and certain animals. Asking for favors from trees and working with them alongside certain spell work and manifestations. And I also feel like connecting with like nature spirits like Pan. Yeah, I just really do feel like there's just a lot of nature energy that can be like healing. Green is a very healing color. It's also a color of fertility. So you have great ideas and artistry too. So I think that's like the overall energy that I'm feeling. We should just get straight into the message. So we got 3 pairs of 2, 2, 2, 2 for what's going on spiritually for our check-in. So you're seeing a lot of signs. There's a lot of patterns, a lot of synchronicities. It could be like, I guess what people call angel numbers. It's like 333, 313, 213. That's what I felt called to say. But you're seeing a lot of like numerical sequences and just also physical signs like feathers. The wind, I heard. Like perhaps the wind has messages for you. But there's just a lot of synchronicities and patterns that you're seeing. And those are obviously not coincidences, as we know. And these patterns and synchronicities are leading you to the fact of reminding you that you have free will and that you can experience the life that you want to experience despite any circumstances you're under. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Even if you feel like it is impossible, it is possible. It is possible to create your reality. It's possible to form it exactly the way that you want it to be. But you have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in your own magic. Do you trust in your own magic? If you trust in your own magic, then you will know that anything is possible. And right now, at this current, spiritual point in time, it is a time where your magic is being tested. Your I guess, faith in yourself. Because you need to have faith within yourself. You need to have faith within your power. And also, I guess, strive to live the life that you deserve. Strive to live for yourself and yourself only. And not people who drain you. And work alongside the elementals. Work alongside the nature spirits, imps for some. So just allow nature to come in. That's like one of the biggest emphasis, Pan energy. And when it comes down to like sexuality and fertility, it's also allowing yourself to be free in those aspects of things. Allowing yourself to feel and love exactly the way that you want to love. despite, what others may say in the media, or despite what others may think around you. It's also allowing yourself to experience love who you feel that you are connected to love, and also loving yourself, allowing yourself to be intimate with yourself on a deeper level, allowing yourself in. Because I feel like you may suppress yourself, the thoughts that you have within, through means of like YouTube shorts and, scrolling on social media. And maybe this reading is kind of like a wake-up call that you need to take a break from those things and connect with who it is that you are at your core. And connect with what you're missing, because a lot of us are having trouble doing that because we have a lot of distractions. We have a lot of phones, and we have a lot of things that are blocking us from, our highest potential. And I don't want to be like that, person that's like, phones and technology are fucking bad. Because I honestly love technology. Like, I love writing about cybernetics, and I truly do adore tech. But I do have to recognize that it can be in the way of a lot of spiritual growth on this earth for all of us. Especially when we get too lost in like computers and this AI, craze. Like, it just gets to a point where we need to take a moment to just step back and be humans again and be a part of nature again. Because a lot of humans don't believe that they're nature. They believe that nature is outside of them. But that's not true. We are nature. We are animals. You know what I mean? And once you just accept that, you feel so much more free. I feel like being human is much more difficult than just being an animal. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Because human is just kind of like a different title that disconnects us from like that animalistic part of ourselves, I feel. And once you just like accept that, I'm an animal and I deserve to love, and I should spend more time out in nature and connect with what is all around me, which is what I'm part of, like, you'll feel so much better. Sometimes, like, I sit under the tree at my parents' house because I still love them. And, I talk to him, and I feel so much more connected with the world around me. It helps me get grounded. And you just need to get grounded. I feel like some of you guys are actually having creative blockages because you are not grounding yourself. And also, this grounding could bring healing, sexually as well, for anyone who is needing that. So, I have a feeling that this like light that I have shining on this reading is going to go out for some reason. So I'm about to just like go get like the cord for it, because I just have like a weird deep feeling that it's going to go out. So just pause for a second. Okay. Okay. I plugged the bad boy up, so that should not be happening during this reading. I'm not about to let this light interrupt this. Just had the intuition spark that it was going to go out. Anyways. It's time to like connect with the nature that's around you, the elements, all right? Coming together with the elements in a sacred circle within your rituals, within your witchcraft. Yeah, just accepting yourself for who you are beyond just like a physical standpoint spiritually. And it's just being one. Allowing yourself to be one. So, any signs that you've been seeing, any synchronicities that have been just like constantly repeating, all of them are really along the lines of connecting with the outside world, connecting with the elementals and like Gaia spirits, deities, like I said, that like revolve around nature. So let's continue this reading. Let's continue this. We have mermaids. Gosh, I hope the camera doesn't run out of room because like I just have a feeling it might, because like the last pile, it was thick. The file size. I don't even know how like I can just like sense how long it's gonna take, you know what I mean? Like when you're transferring files and it's like taking like 1 year. That's just anyways, off topic. We have mermaids and we have her secrets. So what does that mean? What does that mean? If you're watching this pile, you have a tendency to feel as though like you may not be deserving of things, especially when it comes to like achievements and like a lot of amazing things. And that's just kind of like because of, you know, the past and things that have happened that have traumatized you. And I feel like something that's a part of that is like the denial of the inner calling. And so you might think that like what your heart is telling you to do is wrong, that it's like a siren's lure because of like other people's perception of who you should be, instead of accepting that this is just what is meant to be. The calling that's within is right. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to think to yourself that it's wrong. Because that's what you've been conditioned to think. You've been conditioned to think that pleasing yourself, accepting yourself is wrong, when it's not. And some of you guys really do want to connect with a deity or certain deities, or connect with, you know, your spirit guides more. And you feel scared too because of like maybe judgment within yourself. But it's also kind of like judgment where you feel scared that this calling to connect with these spirits is not right, that it's wrong, especially if some of you guys are still experiencing deconstructionism from certain past beliefs. You may think that, you know, connecting with these certain beings is wrong, and that's not true, because these spirits, you know, whether it be, you know, nature spirits, elementals, or like, you know, even deities, these beings, the ones that you are thinking of connecting with, have your best interests in heart. And connecting with them can develop your psychic gifts, it can develop your spiritual gifts, and it could also just give you a new perspective on the world. It can help you grow in ways that you may not be able to grow alone. That's why I do accept and endorse partnerships with certain deities and spirits, because it is sometimes great to have a guide or a friendship from the other side that can help you see a different perspective on things. I don't believe in like idolizing and putting on like a fucking pedestal, but I do believe in cultivating like friendships with certain beings. I know a lot of people might be like, well, that's pretty much the same thing as worship. I don't believe that to be true, but I'm just saying, like, connecting with these beings can be very beneficial for you guys if that's what you're thinking about. But it could also be that, like, you guys just honestly feel that you're not meant to experience greatness because of, you know, past trauma. And that's not true. You need to get into... I hope you guys didn't hear me gulp, because, like, I just gulped. And like I really felt that was kind of loud, so hopefully you didn't hear that, because it was that was kind of cringe. Anyways, I just saw 121. That's like a common synchronicity for me. But like I was saying, yeah, just allow yourself Allow yourself what it is that is calling deep within. Allow yourself that. Allow yourself this energy. Allow yourself room to grow. Allow yourself acceptance, especially sexually for some. Because you'll feel so much more free when you allow yourself to just be yourself and accept that calling. And also release some of these emotions that are holding you back spiritually. Because there's emotions that are in your aura field that might be clouding your energy, which is draining you. So release these emotions, through talking, like I said, to certain deities, and it doesn't even have to be just that. Like it could be journaling, getting out in nature, and releasing those emotions that are no longer yours, that shouldn't be yours. Okay? Let's put down some more cards. Okay. We have Mamlambo, Self-Sabotage, and Marie Laveau. See, it's like there's so much great energy. There's just so much beautiful energy that's coming in, so much support from, the universe. And there's kind of a self-sabotage that and I feel like the self-sabotage is kind of like a belief, which is I don't think that I'm worthy of experiencing this greatness. I don't think I'm worthy of experiencing my manifestations. I don't think I can manifest what it is that I want. Or let me stop saying these because I don't want to actually pick up on these affirmations. But you know what I'm trying to say. It's the belief that you can't experience the fruits of life. And that the calling within and the things that you want to do are wrong. And that's just not true. You need to stop being so hard on yourself, first off. And second off, you need to really just acknowledge that you are a divine being worthy of love. You were created from love, and you are love. So allow yourself to be one with love. What the fuck? I mean, I'll be on a roll, and then I'll have a stutter that just sends me flying off the tracks. Let me quiet down because it is 1 a.m. Chill. But I'm just saying, there'll always be that one stutter that just seriously sends me over the moon. Let me slow down. But like I was saying, it's you're worthy of love, so allow love into your life, allow love energy, allow these manifestations that you have always wanted to appear. Because you need to detach. You need to stop being so hard on yourself. You need to stop thinking so hard about everything and just allow yourself to be. I feel overall, spiritually speaking, the way that you can elevate on your spiritual journey is by allowing yourself to grow, to just naturally grow, to naturally evolve, to be connected with the elements around you and let go of the outside world and the judgments that it brings and get back to the real root of it all, which is nature, which is the elements around you. And these elements are working with you. They're tools that are yours. And so therefore they're very important. So important that they should be accepted. So I feel that's just really significant to you guys. All right, how can we continue to grow and develop on the spiritual journey? How can we continue to do this? Sharing your magic with others. And by magic, I mean teachings. Sharing your teachings. Sharing all that you have learned and helping others grow. And, investing into your own witchcraft, investing into your practice. Investing into your altar. Putting energy towards your altar space, cleaning it up, caring for it, showing up for it, charging your tools, whether that be tarot decks, oracle decks, even your own wand, and communicating with your tools, which is the elements around you out in nature, giving them that loving energy that you have within. Because once you give that energy, you will receive it back. You'll receive it back 10 times harder is what I'm hearing. Yeah, just allowing the blessings to pour in is just one way that you can really... Let me stop with the spitting. Stop with the spitting. That's one way you can really develop. But also even cherishing your younger self for some of you guys. Especially since I see this little girl here. Some of you guys need to really tap into the energy of your younger self. For I'm hearing the one who was not damaged. The one who still had hope. Sorry, the camera died. Continuing what I was saying. I don't even know what I was saying. I think I was talking about the younger self. You guys need to connect with that childlike energy to help you progress spiritually. Because there's things that your younger self knew that could really be of benefit to you today. Okay? So let's just start wrapping up this reading, because I feel this energy from the universe that there's I'm being rushed. I don't know if it's because it's 1 a.m. I'm kind of tired. And it's also because it's just the camera it dying, and I know that it's I know that's eventually I know that's eventually going to run out of storage, because these videos, the gigs that this stuff takes, is just crazy. Anyways, let me just lock back in. Yeah, finally speaking, you need to accept yourself. That's just the biggest energy of all, especially with the star. Just shining bright, being who you are. Babylon. I really do feel you need to shine bright. Be open. Show others your magic. It's weird, because it's I feel there's an emphasis on being a mentor. Yeah, so there's that. And moving on from others' judgment. Not allowing that judgment to control you. And then with our spirit cards, okay, you're doing too much. So I think that it might be overthinking for some, or just worrying entirely too much. Just relax, allow everything to just happen. It's also an over obsession with maybe the manifestations, because there's also an energy where it's some of you guys are trying to manifest things, and so you're just doing too much. You're worrying about it entirely too much. Just relax. Everything it is happening exactly the way it's supposed to be doing. Okay, and with the gathering, it's gathering the elements, I feel. Gathering certain tools that can be found out in nature. Gathering of friendships. It could also just be a gathering of love. And then understanding who you are, understanding that everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen, understanding that there's more than what meets the eye for some, and understanding that this is life. So I feel that is all, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and feel free to subscribe, feel free to donate a deck if you wanna, with my wish list below, and I'll see you very soon. I love you, take care, goodbye, and good luck.